Yeah.
Have you had any experiences with moving abroad and looking for a place to stay?
Looking for a place to stay for sure.
Yeah.
Not moving abroad though, so so that's it.
What's the experience for that been like?
Overwhelming because there is so many sites that I go to. So for example, if I'm looking for a property, I will on average check about 5 different sites per day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you check for these with either like a continuous thing when you're on the move or
It would be a continuous thing. I would take every spare time I have just so that I can see them like the latest listing of the area that I want to move into. Because when I move, I do have a location that I'm concentrating on. So.
How important are other factors such as like having good roommates, landlord, for instance, neighbours? How important is that when you're searching for property?
Yeah, that is quite important. Often those information is not available, so it would be great if it is. So the roommates, we don't really know who they are, so it would be good to know them, do the research beforehand, but the information is never enough for me to do independent research on that. So it's important, but it's never enough on the website for me to judge it until I actually meet and see the property.
So it's a great segue into the scenario that we have and the app that we're offering you. So essentially, you're an international student moving to London and you're looking for a place to stay. You're overwhelmed by the various different property websites that already exist, and your friend recommends a new app called WeRockTech, which essentially hosts honest reviews about places that you can rent.
About the room and the landlord.
The room, the landlord, you can select for particular roommates and things like that. So what we'd like you to do is use our app to find a property in the Oxford area with only female roommates.
Yeah, so this is Move App and we want you to complete our task and we just want to see how you use our app and
Just
how it
one
works
question.
out.
Am I moving to Oxford or am I moving to London?
You're moving to Oxford.
I think we made Oxford search, so maybe we made Oxford.
So we're going to Oxford,
Yeah, so you're looking for a place in Oxford and we just want you to like find a room, all female in Oxford and use our app to do it and tell us how the experience is and how that works. So cool. Here you go.
So I would start by clicking on the search, and click on the search. I'll click on location, and hopefully there will be availability on what location for the
Availability to drop down for it.
Oh,
Whoa. Select your date.
okay.
You got a date in mind?
There is no date in mind. So what do I do here? Do I just assume that? Okay, I'll click on the first because that's roughly what I think it is, but it's not exactly what I know right now. So I think that is the right thing to do at this point. Then I'll click on the budget. Now, is that going to be? Well, I guess I'll just choose whatever numbers it is nearest. But I think sometimes I can be quite specific, so it might be 550. So if it's going to be so 550. Hopefully there is it there for me to look into.
So you would like specific numbers when it comes to the budget?
Yeah, I
or
almost would like to
1,
be-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that to like block for you?
The range has to be between the range if it's between the hundreds is too much. Around 50 would be quite good. Then I would search. If I'm looking for all female, I can click on the female preferences. I'm kind of curious about that question mark. And religion, well, I'm an atheist, so now by the boxes, I don't really know. I just don't know where to click. So I just assume that I have no religion. I hope that it's the NA somewhere, and I'll click search, or submit. Then I'll go on to. Alright, in Oxford, I can see all this stuff. Great, I can see the star rating. It got the filter. We'll probably go on to the price filter. So because like to filter out the things I like by not by the rating but by the price. Yeah, so now that it's just haven't got like a price thing for me, it's just like, oh gosh, now I can't really read it in a chronicle order at the moment, which is really confusing. Then it's nice to have the ratings, but I have zero context at the
But
moment.
maybe you can use the compare.
Yeah, there's an additional feature.
Yeah, so if I say I like the looks of it, yeah. I'm gonna say to compare, like, because I like the looks of that property, and I also saw the third one. Oh, yeah, quite nice. Click there to say to
There's
compare.
an additional feature on this page where you can see the actual locations of each property.
And okay, do I need to click the button in order to see that, or
No, it'll come up. You just needed to swing it around yourself. You can see where it is in regards to the tube.
Great, yeah, because I select the first one and the third one because they are quite relatively near to like the main street, and I don't like the second one because I just don't like it. Now if I just click, now I want to compare them now because I really just want to see the first one first, see how that go, and then
Just a brief overview, ratings and prices. You don't want to see details on the particular.
I would definitely want to see what is in it before I save to compare. I think it's kind of interesting feature. I probably would click on it just to see what happens. But you're right. I would definitely want to see the details before I would think that this is the right property.
When you return, you could click to compare.
So if I click on deselect,
Oh no, sorry.
okay, great. So the landlord rating. The landlord rating. I don't know who submitted this landlord rating. Is it the current?
It's one of the previous tenants.
Okay, great. And that's fine. Review a link to property. So I guess I can see all the pictures, like my slidings. So I've got the landlord information. Still doesn't tell me at the moment. How many bathrooms? Is there a garden? Like sometimes I don't mind if there's no living room because if they tell me there's four bedroom and it's 4 roommates, I would assume that I'm living with a couple. Sometimes I do that maths in my head just to see how many people and how many rooms there will be in the house, and by using the picture to judge will it be enough space for myself to share with this many people.
Would you like that kind of information perhaps in the initial search results rather than having to click to see how many?
I don't mind clicking to see it. But now the link to property, I click on it and it will give me more information.
It will take you to where the property is hosted. So that'll take you to either Zoopla or Rightmove where the property stands.
I see. Yeah. So now I kind of like the looks of property I return, which I'll go back to here. So I hope that I can go click on the third one. Yeah. Again. All right, great. Now I have clicked the second save to compare. Where do I want to? Well, now I want to compare them.
Well, yeah, we don't have a wireframe for the compare side, but there is you'll have just a listing, kind of like that looks like this. Where you can compare the price.
So just for me, not having that save to compare, not having the compare list is like I could have just done it by myself. It was included. We just didn't do the wireframe for it. I think the next one would be if the compare list will have to have really key criteria for me are it would be how many bedrooms, is it a garden, pets allowed, is there any animals currently in the household, and let me just think. Also, is smoking allowed? Any sort of brief description of and the gender of the roommates, if there is mixed, so how many females, how many male. is bill included in the price that was indicated from the listing? Yeah, I was quite okay. Yeah, so in the scenario as international student, I think that is enough information to in the compare list for me to have a quick overview to see the two properties they have the criteria that we're looking at. Yeah.
So you've used our app, and our app is to give you like a review on like current living conditions. So you've seen a room and it gives you a review on what it's actually like, not what they're trying to tell you it's like, and also the landlord.
From previous tenants,
Yeah.
so you can trust that they're going to be reliable.
Oh, I actually would love to see if the landlord has been given a rating by a previous tenant. I would like to understand a little bit about the vetting process of the previous tenant because I'm quite skeptical as a person that uses a lot of social media as to how accurate that rating is.
So what we'll do is we'll ensure that tenants were tenants firstly.
Yeah.
So we'll ask them to verify how long they lived, things like that. What other things do you think we should look at to ensure that the review given is fair and actually representative of what the landlord is like?
Yes, that is a very good question. I would like to know that it is a real person, so any sort of social media profile that I have on public that I can view.
Yeah.
Just to do a very quick vetting on my own would be quite assuring to see them.
There's like two wireframes, you know, like for we're testing the search one, and it's also like the make, you know, to actually contribute. And for the contribution one, that's like a different journey where the person would actually put their details in. As far as like how public the person's details can be given out to the general user, that's a different question to like what they can be given.
I think I just like to have a reassurance from perhaps a third party. Logo, perhaps.
We want to like
perhaps a housing a London or Oxford associated tick, just to say that it has been verified by a third party that we can trace back the liability of those ratings. Yes.
Okay, so now you've had a look at it. Can you tell us how easy did you find using this app?
It is quite easy. I probably would expect a little bit more feature for a listing tool, just so that when it's linked to the property, I do find that is the biggest concern is that it all kind of just linked to a different property. Like, for example, if I use the app, I save this property, is it an easy way for me to go back on those to reference them back?
Yeah, so we're hoping to have like a main sort of button that will take you to page of your favorites when you save it.
Okay, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
As an international student looking to find a room with just a bunch of other girls, did you find that this app solved your problem? Could you find a room for, you know, in Oxford, gender-based?
Another way that you might have done this, or do you like the way that everything is in one place? If that makes sense?
Yeah, so I think because I have used other services before, that they seem to have solved my problems already in the space of sharing the room with someone else. But the landlord rating is very, very exciting because you don't see that very often in other apps. So I will probably use the app just for the landlord verification because I think depends on the experience I had previously with renting. The landlord factor can be quite an attractive feature just to solely use the app for that.
How useful was the review, the landlord review, in influencing what property you ended up picking in the end?
It's quite important, purely because I have rented previously, so that has influenced that. When I look into a property, I would likely to have a private landlord with a high rating of how responsive they are, how involved they are in keeping the property up and running when I have any urgent calls. Is that this would be good to, as the international student that doesn't really know too much about plumbing and stuff like that. Like it's very, it can cause a lot of headache having a landlord that is unresponsive.
So what's your favorite feature of the app?
I think the favorite feature of the app is definitely the save and compare, and the landlord rating is just so very, very different to what I have seen. So those are the two very exciting things. I mean, one thing to add, like the map thing, attached to the page is really exciting as well. It's because I do find it I have to keep switching to list view and map view in so many websites that I have seen that I get a little bit disorientated. So for someone that hasn't been to the city for a long time, so they're not a resident there, it's really good to be able to have a quick view of the public transport or supermarkets. So if the map have those key amenities, so supermarkets, station, GPs, all those things listed, would be very, very cool.
So, based on what you said, how would you improve this app?
I think the budget, having a drop down is interesting, but I somewhat would like to just put in the budget I have, because when I was a student, I had a very strict budget and not necessarily like have a range. I almost just like have it down to the dot how much I can spend a month. And I would like to be able to say the budget per month is including bills as well, so that I don't have to do the mental calculating of how much other bills I have to come to pay to the tenant, for example. So that would be really, really good. The religion preferences is very confusing to me as an atheist, so I might not be the best person to ask. But yeah, it doesn't seem like I can.
For you to select if you have religious preferences.
Yeah, so when you say religion preferences, like the whole house has to be a certain. Yeah, so the
Depends on the individual. Sometimes they might not feel comfortable. It's just to give an option for people to filter these things.
Yeah, so it'd be good to just about implicitly say that it's like optional, because here
that's something I made a note of. Because actually most of the advanced search is optional.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. Just and the location, I sometimes prefer to go typing it in rather than drop down, because like I always find navigating location drop down a bit of a chore, because it can be so many, and when it's just that I much prefer to type and have an auto suggest.
You can type it.
Like when you click this button, that will like automatically give you more choices.
Great.
So you start with like LON, and then it's like London this, London that.
Yeah.
But obviously we needed to clarify that. So thinking back on all the features, so you kind of we let you navigate on by yourself, and you seem to have gone quite okay. Did you expect everything that you clicked on to do exactly what it did?
I think it's the save and compare. It's almost feel like I would like to be able to, on this page, once I like the property of this, I would like a button here to say save and compare as well, so that it will ping me back to the main list to say I will continue to navigate where I stopped as well. So I can imagine that this list can be quite big depending how limiting factor that I put it in. Sometimes I'm quite open to have different properties that has basically I don't have too much restriction. However, I often find that when I go back to the list, I'm not sure if in this scenario will it go back to where I started or from the top again. That's something that and then just the save and compare button to I can understand that here, if it's a nice feature to have it there, but I would much rather clicking on here and then bring it back to where I was, so I can continue looking at the property that I'm interested in.
Do you guys have any more questions? Yeah.
Do you have any questions for us?
Not really, because the app seems to be quite easy to navigate through. Oh, actually, now when I go back to here in the main page, this, if I click on this submit button, I guess this is not for me.
Yeah, this is not for this user journey, yes.
It's just because when I first look at it, I mean, the search button is really prominent. It's like, okay, great, I was looking for a house. But leaving comments like, oh, that's quite interesting. I wonder, I might click on it just for the sake of it. But it feels like it might be good to say if a previous tenant to leave comment here is that button, because it's so big.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, cool. Might be almost click on it just to, because the context here is very little as to leaving comments, even though it has nothing to do with me. I almost feel like I want to click on it just to see what.
Yeah.
Because
Which
of
you
it.
can do. By all means, check it out. You might be leaving a review in the future for somebody else.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for being part of our user testing.
You're welcome.
We really enjoyed having you, and also some of the challenges that you gave us. You clarified a lot of things that definitely needs to be thought about, and we really hope you enjoyed using our paper prototype.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.